حرزنا حرزا للمنى حبرنا هو الماجد للعلا. Next is question number 018. Ridwan ibn Ja'far. May Allah bless you, Shaykh, for us. Ameen. And you as well, Brother Ja'far, and your families. My question is, if a married couple was attacked by armed robbers and one of them happened to rape the wife and coincidentally the wife became pregnant, should she abort the pregnancy or leave it until she give birth? Subhanallah. Dear brothers and dear sisters, I will have to preamble this answer with the following. To our dear brother Ridwan, thank you for your question. In Islam, the Prophet ﷺ prohibited us from asking questions that are odd. So Muawiyah reported, as Imam Abu Dawood reported in his book, نهى النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم عن الغلوطات وفي رواية غيره الأغلوطات. The Prophet ﷺ prohibited ughlutat. Ughlutat or ghulutat means odd issues, strange issues, complex issues that are complex and perplexing. So in Islam, we cannot sit and say, if this happened, what will happen? And then based on that to answer a question. Imam al-Awza'i rahimahullah ta'ala said, Ughulutatul masail hiya shadhadhul masail wa si'abuha. The meaning of Ughulutatul masail is shadhadhul masail, the odd issues or matters, and things that are so complex and perplexing. A person to imagine that and ask. And sometimes it springs out of challenge. Let me challenge him and see whether he knows. Let me post this question so that I embarrass him. So that's why Islam prohibited all of this, number one. Number two, Islam wants us to be practical. Things that had happened. Not things that did not happen yet, and then we try to bring them because this leads to forgetting our problem, our current problems that are relevant. Things that are happening, we did not handle them yet. Challenges at hand, we did not face them yet, and then begin to evaluate or to say, what about, or how about, or if, or hypothetically. All of this in Islam, we do not answer except if they happen. Prevention is better than cure. This is not a wahi from Allah or from the Prophet ﷺ to say it will outmatch this. Imam Malik, who needs no introduction, rahimahullah, said, a man came to Al-Imam al-Sha'bi. Imam al-Sha'bi was the Grand Mufti of Kufa. A man came to him and said, Inni khabba'tu laka masail. O great Imam, I have some hidden questions for you. The Imam said to him, خبئها لإبليس فإذا لقيته فسله عنها. Imam rahimahullah ta'ala said, if you have some hidden questions for me, some odd hidden questions for me, keep them hidden until you meet Satan. When you meet Satan, you can ask him. So do not ask me things that are odd or things that are hidden or things that people will not benefit from. That's what the Imam is saying. So all of this is to say, a person shouldn't sit and say, okay, how about if this happened? No, let's talk about the current. What's going on? What is the problem that we are facing? What's going on in our city? I'm not going to leave what is going on in Philadelphia or what's going on in Dallas or what's going on in New York or what's going on in Nigeria or what's going on in Egypt or what's going on in Gaza or what is going on in Sudan, and that's where I reside, and begin to talk about something that is of importance but it's not related to my problem. I have to focus on mine first. No matter how we talk about Gaza, how we talk about Sudan, how we talk about China, how we talk about places where people are persecuted, we shouldn't forget about our own problems. That we are so focused and transfixed in someone else's problem, although it's related to us, but we forget the ones that we will be asked about directly on the day of judgment. What's my case with my wife? What's my case with my husband? What's my case with my children? What's going on with my salah? What's going on with my prayer? Am I paying zakah? Am I fasting the way Allah wants? Am I doing my obligations? Am I being respectful? Am I taking care of my parents? Or I ignored all of this like they're not important. And then I ignored my wife. I ignore my husband. I ignore my children. And then I go and sit in public and start talking about major issues that are not directly related to me. So all of this I prohibited. For us to focus on things that kullukum ra'in wa kullukum mas'ulun an ra'iyatihi, what Allah will ask me on the day of judgment, I focus on that. But this will not, since I don't have Ridwan in front of me or a way to reach out to him quickly to ask him whether this had happened, so quickly, if this had happened, may Allah save you and your families and our loved ones from such scenes. And a lot could result from this. So monitor and take care to counsel and make sure that you take care of her and you be with her closely, to counsel her as a husband, to let her know that whatever had happened is qadr. So be the first counselor for that sister and take her to a checkup so that the your physician or the doctors will check and make sure that, you know, mentally, physically she's okay and sound. And if there is any sign of pregnancy, you monitor it closely and make sure that this is aborted before it is 120 days. Remain blessed. May Allah preserve our brothers and our sisters all around the world. Thank you very much.
حرزنا الحرز للمنى حبرنا هو المجد للعلا